All right, Shalom, I'm back. So, like I was saying, Nakion, you know, just like they tried to commit genocide on us, it's gonna happen to them, man, because they got to drink up of that cup of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's righteous anger, man, his indignation, man. You know, because you reap what you sow. You only can get what you give, and they're gonna get exactly what they was trying to give. All right, this is back at Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And you know that's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. Well, Yahweh Mashiach, he was talking on to the disciples, letting them know, you know what I'm saying, that the prince of this world is coming, man. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that real quick. This is the book of St. John, chapter 14, verse 30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh and have nothing in me. You know what I'm saying? He was letting the disciples, man, know that, you know what I'm saying, his time was getting short and his time was about to be fulfilled. So he was letting them know that the prince of this world is coming, man. He was talking about the so-called white man, the Romans, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they was taking over stuff while the Lord walked over the scene, man. You got to remember, soon after the Lord, man, that's when they made their hugest move, man. You know, even though they realized that they did a horrible thing, that goes to show you, man, that they don't care. You know, and they used our people to do it, and our people used them to do it. You know, they was in league with this devil, man. Just like you got 2/3 of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans still at league with this devil. And this devil don't give them nothing in return. You know, but false hope and false dreams. And false peace. And false rest, man. Alright. This is back at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 7 again. For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who not letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So that's the precept to that, man. St. John 14 and 30, man. When he was telling them that the prince of this world already cometh, man. And he has nothing in me, which is the so-called white man. And you can clearly see it, man. And he's not the prince of this world. Don't everybody and their mama want to be like the so-called white men and white women? You can clearly see it. Look at them with their blonde hair and blue eyes. Look at the so-called Negro men getting their hair colored blonde and shit now. That's going to show you, man, that our people have lost their way. Our people have come profane like a profane people, man. They have became low, just like the lowly, you know, and not in a good way. I ain't talking about in the sense as the lowly as, you know, being in the lowest state and being humble. I'm talking about a low people that's decking themselves out like they can cover their filth, which is the so-called white man. All right, this is verse 9. No, verse 8. And then when that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that's the so-called white man right there, man. You know what I'm saying? He got all power. He's doing the work after Satan, man. You know, they do their work on the left-hand side. You know, they praise the spiritual demon Satan, man. That's what they does. Check out Bohemian Grove. Check out the MK Ultra. Check out, you know what I'm saying, the Illuminati. It's all types of stuff that you can research and see that this man is the devil. You know, talk to your you know what I'm saying, your siblings. Talk to your grandma. Talk to your great-grandma if you still got her. Talk to your great-granddaddies if you still have them. Talk to your granddaddies. They'll tell you about segregation. They'll tell you about the 60s. They'll tell you how it was, man, when it was real, when everything was physical, man. But in this sense, man, everything is worse because it's spiritual. They tear down your mind and make you believe they lies and they philosophies, man. That's why that goes back to the topic, man. Go back to the top. These devils' philosophies, man, is like a Chuck E. Cheese game, man. Don't be that token. All right. All right, this is verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And that's what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? They deceive our people. You know what I'm saying? With their lies and philosophy and deceit. And our people, 2/3 of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man, they don't take no pleasure in righteousness, man. They love unrighteousness. Just like he say, man, our people are wise to do. I'm going to go ahead and get that. Bear with me, Akim. Our people are wise to do evil, man. And then when it comes to do righteous, man, they don't have no knowledge. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Scottish children, and they have not understand. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And that's our people, man. 2/3 of our people in these times, in that time in 70 AD when they falling away, man. All of us have done things worthy of death, man. Our righteousness is a filthy rag. But he left that, he gave us that way, man. He left us that open door, which is Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the bridegroom. The one, what I'm saying, our king, the one's footsteps that we supposed to be following after, man. The one that showed us how to walk this walk, to deck us up. What I'm saying, for the wedding, man. He gonna deck us up for the wedding, to deliver us unto the Father, because that's the job of the bridegroom. And our people have no knowledge, man. Yeah, they have a zeal of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but not according to knowledge, man. According to their own wicked heart. And the scriptures let you know not to follow your heart. That's the most deceitful thing above them all, and desperately wicked. But our people will see that scripture and you'll bring it out and you'll cut them, and they'll still, they'll still be drunk off that Babylon juice after you done gave them a left hook in the spirit real quick. All right, this is back at 2nd Ezra. Shalaki, this is back at 2nd Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's what's gonna happen, man. He's gonna send you those strong delusions. He's gonna choose your delusion, and he's gonna make your biggest fear come upon you, just like it's let you know also in Isaiah chapter 66 and 4, man. He's gonna make your biggest ever terrible thing that you ever imagined come true, man. And you're going to be destroyed in your own foolishness because you don't want to hearken unto the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua through his prophets, or when he's even just trying to show you something, man. Our people so hard-headed, if it don't have nothing to do evolving around this world, man, they don't want nothing to do with it. Because if it's not benefiting them in Esau's kingdom, they don't want anything to do. Okay, this is the book of James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Yahweh. So if you be a friend of the world, you're an enemy to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. And he say you adulterers and adulteresses, letting you know that he don't have no friendship with these other heathen nations, man. He had not known them, you know, and they haven't known him, and he has nothing to do with them. And I'm gonna go ahead and get those scriptures since I mentioned them, and I'm gonna probably end it with those. Okay, bear with me, Akion, for a minute. Okay, this is the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Khan, and the heathen hasn't done anything, you know what I'm saying, to take Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh's covenant in their mouth. These heathens haven't showed us any mercy, man. None of them. You know, Psalms 83, man, when they was confederate against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh and touched the apple of his eye, man. All of them was together, but the so-called white man took the lead charge in it. You know, so the Chinese, Japanese, the red dot Indian, you know, the Hawaiian and the Samoans, the Africans, all them gonna get punished, man, for what they have done. You know, but the so-called white man took it too far, so he got to get what he got to reap what he has sown, man. That's why he's gonna be cut off. It's not because we want it. It's because they did it to themselves, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh chose their judgment. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. So the heathen don't have nothing to do with this, man. You know, none of them. Especially the so-called white man, you know, and the rest of the heathen nations, period. It's just about the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. And yes, we're going to have, you know what I'm saying, people of our nation looking like these other heathens, man, because we've been scattered abroad. You know, our men have been having sex with other nations' women, man. You know, and they might come out looking like, you know, their mom's side. But the lineage goes through the father. So, no, the book of Numbers 1 and 18. And if you look up the word seed, it would literally go back to the word sperm, man. And we all know the man carried a sperm. All right, this is the book of Psalms 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh. So he showed his statutes unto Jacob. Like I explained earlier, Jacob's name was later turned on to Israel, and he had 12 children. You know, and for the other nations, and for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh's judgments, they have not known them. You know, they don't have anything to do with his statutes or his covenant, man, just like we just read in the book of Psalms also. You know, and we found, and he said you will find that Israel by name have kept this precept, but not the heathen. He called the other nations of people heathens, man. You know, and he called us Gentiles when we was in that spiritual, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual Gentile state of mind, man, when we was being like the other nations. You know, that's what he meant by the Gentiles in the New Testament, man. Okay. Now let me get this, and I'm going to go ahead and end it. Alright, bear with me, Akin, while I find it. Alright, this is hold on, bear with me. I got my Bible all taped up and stuff. Pages falling at.